Nice. Hi, welcome everybody. As I just said, it's not a problem if you didn't do your homework because you can watch this. Yeah, today I wanted to talk or show you like basic JavaScript types and do some small exercises where we can again also go through some Git knowledge that we like. It's going to be very simple. So I hope yeah, some people are here that can just join. And the plan for the session is to like first present the types, then present these small tasks. Then we have 10 minutes where everybody can solve as many tasks as they want. If you only solve one, that's totally fine. And then we're gonna do something that is called code review, and we're gonna look at someone's code and like talk about what could have been done better, or if that's already great like this. And yeah, that's also something that we always do in the company, because like I, as a junior developer, I will always ask someone to check my code, and then they will give me feedback on what I can improve. I think it's very helpful for learning.
Yeah. Wonderful. And can you let us know how long this workshop is, and will we be having other workshops in the future?
Yeah, we thought we're going to keep this workshop short. So plan is 20 minutes, 5 minutes introduction, 10 minutes coding fun, and 5 minutes code review. But yeah, maybe it's going to be 30 minutes. But yeah, we are planning to keep it short and simple, as we already have so much going on. And yeah, so yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Yes, now you can all see everything on the screen, and I just downloaded something that I now mistaken.
So when you're coding, is coding available in different languages? And I don't mean coding languages like Python, etc., but is it always in English?
But most, or like I think all programming languages are based on English language, as it's just like in a universal language. And it's very like simple structured, and that's why like all coding languages I know are in English. I don't know, but maybe somebody else knows something. I feel like I heard that maybe some Chinese code.
I think there is some Chinese, and then but it's largely English,
yeah. So it's as it's just this universal language, and yeah. So I wanted to show you. So we have in JavaScript we have different kind of types, and and there's like these primitive types or more complex types. And as primitive types, we have like 5, if I'm not wrong. And you probably already encountered them. We have the Boolean, the true and false state, like if something is true or false. Then we have the number type. This can be like a normal number, and yeah, and also in JavaScript and other programming languages, you would also differentiate between floating, between like larger numbers, or like that go after the comma. But JavaScript is very simple, so you just have these numbers. And then this string, which is like something like hello world, which you can see here, right? And then there's also null and undefined, and but these are not so important right now. We're gonna like just focus this time on Boolean, number, string. And then we have object, which is not primitive because it's more complex. Because all of these types, normally you can just have like numbers, and you cannot combine numbers with strings. There are some actions where you can do this, but normally it's just basic. It's just the number type. And in the object, you can, for example, have a string. You can, like, if you would create an object about yourself, you could add your name in as a string and your age as a number. So you can actually combine different types. And under this type of objects, there's also an array, like false this term array, which is you can always recognize in the square brackets. And also an array can only be of one type. In an array, you can have an array of numbers, or an array of strings, or an array of a certain type of object. And so this is just a very short introduction. I'm gonna upload some cheat sheets later that you can just go through. Like, I have some, and I think later you can just read through them and just reference them. It's gonna look better than this. So let's go to the to our repository, and here, as I told you, like, I hope someone did this already and pulled the newest changes. Here in this JavaScript file folder or directory, I already put one file that's called exercise types. And I'm just gonna open. Cool. So I put here on top what this is about, like different types of data. And I also added like a simple, like, to check the type of a data, you can, a data type, you can, there's this expression type of, and then you will write whatever this is behind this type of. And if you just want in your console get the type of this data, you will just say like console log type of X. And in this case, in this example, it's a number. 7 is a number, and then you will, as an output, get number. Here you can see the function.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
So when it says type of, you mean type of those five what's it called? 5 data types. So it's a type of data. So if that was hello world and it said type of X, but X equals hello world, then that would equal string.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I have a function. I prepared a function where you can just add 2 parameters that will be given into this function, and to run your code and check if the function you wrote is right. You will just delete these 2. Like, this is just like how you comment out something, and you will save it. And then to run this file and to check if what you wrote is actually true, you will actually have to say node. Whenever you want to run a JavaScript file, you put node in front of the file. And now we can say, as it's in this, we are in getting started workshop, right? So we actually need to say JavaScript directory and then the type, the file name. As you can see, I cannot. And then I, of course, need to console log this. I also want an output. And if I just, right now I'm just running a function, but if I want to get the output of this function, function, and now I am running this and I am getting back, this is not a number, which is actually also a number. It's like written on this file that I wrote before. And in JavaScript, you also always at the end of the line or of a statement, you will add this semicolon. And we, okay, so of course now I know what I did wrong. When I called the function, I of course have to write 3 and then 6 in there with a comma and not with a plus, because I actually, you cannot put a plus in here. And now I'm running this and I see type of A is a number, type of B is also a number, and 9 is the sum of A plus B in this case, right? Bridget, do you have a question?
Yeah. So what does the sum bit say? So I understand that A is 3 and B is 6, and you've defined that. Yeah. And then the return is A plus B, which is 3 plus 6, which returned a 9. Yeah. But can you just walk me through the function sum A,
you mean
comma B? The one at the top.
Okay, so like here we are defining our function. This one is a statement. We say the sum is our variable. Like what you already maybe wrote something like var sum equals 9, right? When you just write a normal variable, you will write variable sum equals 9, and then you like put this value in this variable. You assign a value to a variable. Yes. And in this case, you have a function, and in this function, you with the variable name, like function is something like if I would write string, right? This I'm doing this with a function, not with a string, right? So I could.
So if you wanted more A, B's and C's and D's, can you just comma C, comma D?
For example, say C, right? And then I would, right now I'm not using the C that I'm
no, but you would put it in the sum underneath where it says 3.
I could say C, and now I'm adding 3 variables.
Yeah, and then you'd have to put it in there.
Yeah, but then when I call this function, I also have to put a third value in there, right? Here it says sum, and you have to put A, B, and C in there. If I don't do it, I will get an error. So let's just maybe, yeah. So we so now, like this was just a statement. If we just create a function statement, nothing is going to happen. So we actually have to call this function, because right now it will not do anything. It will not add a plus b plus c, right? We have to put something in there and be like, call this function with these values. Like now we're calling in this line 25, we're calling the function with 3, 6, and 5. And now we are saving the return value in this variable at sum. And then we will want to actually read in the console what this output is of this function. So we will run our file again, right? So we see it's 40. So just one thing, because here this function, some of these are a bit more like where you have to do some research or look something up. And I can also, and the best website to actually check, because when you're programming, you will always need to find out what kind of like, I'm going to show this to you. Okay. And this is actually the best website. I'm going to add MDN. It's a developer. Okay, and now it's a string. So here we have the string type, and now here on the side we can see all the functions that can be called on a string. And this would be in the case of our, now I'm kind of going through them. If we want to concatenate a string, or if we don't know how we would do something, we will go in this, I'm gonna add the link to the chat. Gumaki also wrote something to the task before, that it is good coding practice to have less number of arguments in a function. So like maximum from 2 to 5. So we would not write, like here you would not put so many more in, because that would, like, maybe then you would create an array of different variables. Yeah, so in this case of this function concatenate, I would think, okay, I want to add 2 strings together. I'm going on this page and I'm actually seeing, oh, there's actually already a function which is called string concat. And here I will have examples of how to use this function on a string. And I would now, as a small task, I'm gonna go down, and now everybody who has already downloaded this or pulled the newest changes can now copy this file. I'm gonna do it and call it their names, and then add the solution for a function. And for the beginning, maybe just do what we did in this function sum. What I just showed you, you can now do it for yourself and just check if you feel comfortable with the writing style. And whoever is already a bit further can solve the other functions that are already in this document. For the beginning, you can just do what I just did with this sum function. And Yes.
Hannah, did you want to ask your question about the version of VS Code?
Hi, thank you, Lima. Thank you so much. Not gonna lie, it's going pretty fast, but I'm catching on. I was trying to find out which version of the VS Code because the one I downloaded doesn't seem to be similar to the one you're using or presenting to us. So I just want to make sure I get the right VS Code.
Yeah. I think we have the same version because it like for VS Code, I feel like it always updates itself automatically when you close it, or like every week they bring out new features every week, and so it will just happen automatically. And I feel like we have this immersion. What is different, I can show you, is the theme I'm using, and you can in the extensions you can actually search for themes and then add like different themes to your VS Code, because I actually like to, right? There's a shortcut to open all your themes. Maybe you have not yet downloaded some, but I have some, and it's Command K plus T. Yeah. And okay, see, and now I can just actually have a lot of different colors, and there is this now.
Okay.
So we have the same version, it just looks different, and
And just so, can you just put on our chat group for everyone to have just the website link of the one you downloaded, so we just make sure.
Yeah, I can make you a list of themes that I liked, and
so
here on
the original website, sorry, the themes plus the original link where we should download it just in case.
Yeah, you can do it in your Visual Code application here on the sidebar.
I think Hannah's asking about Visual Code, but we've already done that have we done that in previous workshop, I think. So.
I can also send you where I downloaded the official version of Visual Studio Code. And inside of the application, you can just search in the extension for themes, and then you will get so many themes. And I normally look for pink themes, and then I get a lot of fun.
Pink themes. I'm really sorry. I have to go and pick my son up from school. I've made you host.
Yeah.
So it should carry on recording. Thank you so much for this. And please, everyone, feel free to ask the questions as freely as I do, just because I'm not here.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Bridget. Talk to you soon.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay. So who has pulled the newest changes and is able to do some of these exercises? Are some people already there? Or would you prefer that we do another exercise together? Maybe you can let me know in the chat, or just like unmute yourself and let me know.
I think a lot of us are not here. I mean, let me speak for myself. I'm not there yet. I'm still, I'm still, I guess, quite beginner. But even trying to find some of these applications to download has been challenging.
Okay. Yeah, no, I totally understand. I feel like this is the hardest step. And once you've done that, you're already really far. You can be proud of yourself.
Okay.
It's just not as easy as to download normal programs, because you have to use your terminal, and it's just a new world. And I feel like that was the most frustrating part for me when I started coding. So I understand you very well. Yeah, so I can also just go on and just solve another function with you together, or maybe somebody wants to help me or knows the solution to the next one.
Lena?
Yeah, Isabel?
Hi. Do you have a recording of the previous tutorial that you did?
We have actually recordings of the sessions we did before. Like there's one where we would just set up our GitHub, like our Git profile on our local machine, and then connect it to the repository, and then also how to push and pull things. And I will ask Bridget that we can again share all the links. But I can also, after this, please send me your GitHub name, because I will, if you are not yet part of the team, you will not be able to push anything to this workshop. And so I will add you, and then you can, I'm gonna post the link of this again, because in the, please save this, because this is going to be our training repository. We will always do exercises here. And in the introduction, I'm not sure if we already set up the links to the introduction, but to the, I know to this one, I already added links to all the videos. So to create, how to create a branch and how to solve merge conflicts. But I will also add the video of the other sessions to this, so you don't have to search and keep track of all the different links, but it will just be there. Yeah, so I would propose, I'm going to solve another, well, this is not the right thing. I will solve another of these tasks. Oh. Missed. Hi, are you still there? It's like, you're still there. Oh, I don't. Can somebody let me know if you're still there, because I'm not sure.
Yep.
We're here. We're here.
You're still here, because I somehow don't see the video in the Zoom.
We can see your screen.
Okay, that's amazing, because I don't see, somehow I don't see the session or anything. But then I will just continue, and it's going to be fine. So I would solve the next question thing, and then we can stop for today, and then you can just go through the video on your own time. These functions, and also let me know when you push it, and I can give you some feedback. Yeah, so to solve this, as I explained to you before, I go to this page and I look through these functions. Yes? Is there a question? Okay, then I continue. And I see, okay, I can add one string, and then I can add concat, and then I can put more strings in there, right? And here I want to print out my name. So I would say return, because I always need to put return in front. So something is returned from the function. Otherwise, I will not get anything that I can print out. So I would say a concat, and I would say b. And then I, of course, want to and then I want And yeah, and okay, good, you're still there.
That's just to verify.
Yeah. Yes. Did you ask a question?
Yes, I was saying when you console log, that's to verify what you just coded.
When I write console log, like I can show you. This will actually print this out down here. Okay. When I run the file now, I will only see. Second. Okay. I have an OB. 14. Oh, this is okay. I'm still running the exercise type, but I want to, of course, run my file. This is also going to happen to you a lot, that you running this file and I'm not getting anything back. And this console log actually returns a value and will print it out when you run the file, which I use to debug things and to like actually check if my function works before I deploy something somewhere else. Because it's always when you code nothing, you write some code and it never, like at one point it will work from the beginning, but normally you have to find out if everything is written properly, if you didn't forget anything, if you didn't make any spelling mistakes. So I added these console log statements here. And now you can see I'm getting back the 9 from row line 26 and my name from line 34, right? And now I see, oh, my name is written together. It doesn't look nice. I actually don't want to put like a space in between. And here in this developer help, I see, oh, I can actually add several strings into this function. So I'm going to add also a space. And yeah. Now when I run the file again, I see now it's written Lena space here. Yeah, and it's like you will not get it right at the first time, but you're trying to get closer, right? And it's for this, it's really helpful to have this console log statement where you can actually print something out that you can then read in your console. And yeah, are there any questions to this function? Because I'm not sure. Yeah, we could finish, or I can do one last exercise. How do you feel about this?
Please do one last one.
Okay, then let's do a last one, because this is also something newer. So when we want, there are several operators, and yeah, for example, you can, to check the equality of something, you would write A equals B, and for this you have to write it like this, right? Sorry, if A does not equal B, you would put an Ausrufezeichen, I don't know, a full stop before these two equal signs. And then there's also the difference between, yeah, these are the equality operators. And then there's a difference between two of these equal signs and 3, because this means normal equality, and this one is actually strict equality. And that means, which this means is actually, okay, I'm gonna put 2 arguments in this function, and I want to check if they are equal or not. So my function will give me back a return value with the type of Boolean, either true or false. So now I'm gonna say A equals B. And for this, we are going to be creative with my variable names. Okay. And so now okay, and now we want to check these several, these inputs, right? So here we expect that it will return false, right? Because 2 doesn't equal 3. And here we expect it to say true. And for this, we are not sure, right? Because 2 equals 2, but the one is of type 2 and not. So we're gonna see what our function will return, right? And here it says false, like we expected. So the function works. Here it says true, like 2 equals 2, that's true, perfect. And here it returns false because we are using this strict equality operator, and this also checks for types. So if we would use this operator, let's see what happens. It actually returns true, because here with this equality operator, it just checks if 2 equals 2, and it doesn't care for the type. So normally, like when you write code, you use the strict equality operator, only if it doesn't matter and you actually want you don't want to care for actually changing the type of your variable. There's also something that we can do, but we're not going to get into this today, but we're going to get there at one point where you can actually convert a number into a string, or the other way around, if that's possible sometimes. Yeah, and that's it for today, and I hope now I can see you again. Yeah, I hope that you could learn something today, and please, I'm gonna update the file, the exercise file, and if you have any questions now, please ask them now.
Thank you so much. Let me share the video as well. Thank you so much, Lena. I think my only remark is that my brain is on fire. It's on fire, but it was clear, and I will watch the video as well. But thank you very much for taking your time to explain us. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Wait, I have to comment. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Please send me your GitHub name. And if you haven't done so yet, you can also do it in Telegram. I am my name there is Ika Hits. Very possible. Yeah, you will find me. Bridget also tagged me, and I will write again that you can send me your GitHub name. And yeah, then I'm looking forward to reading your code and your exercises. And yeah, please, whenever you have a question, you can let me know. And then I wish you a lovely Friday evening and a lovely weekend. And don't worry too much.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Lena.
Ciao.
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 Bye. Thank you.
Ciao.